Hi, I miss you guys in class. I wanted to make a quick video to show you a couple strategies to get ready for a couple assessments that are on your plan for this week. So first I'm going to look at this vocabulary assessment that you have coming up. It's a semester assessment, so it's a big one, and it's scheduled for this week on Wednesday, but you can complete it whenever day it pops up on your schedule. And I want to show you a couple strategies to study for it. And then I'm going to go into the grammar, usage, and mechanics because you have a unit review for Unit 7 and a assessment coming up on Friday. Alright, so first vocabulary. I'm going to show you this link down at the bottom, but I want to show you a couple things from the course itself. So each of the units, if you go to the lesson lists, they have a review. See, on here it's on Unit 1, it's Lesson 7. On Unit 2, it's Lesson 7. On Unit 3, it's Lesson 7. You can see more or less review. On Unit 4, it's Lesson 7, before and after review. And I suggest running through those if you think you need the extra practice. And then also I want to make sure you focus on this. On the semester assessment, they give you a review game on Lesson 1, and they give you this Writers Through the Ages game. I'm just getting it ready. And so this Writers Through the Ages game will help you review all of Units 1 through 5 that you've been working on. So make sure you go through it carefully, and likely more than once, because so that you can really firm it up and make sure you know that information before you take it on your take your semester assessment. There's only one opportunity on that semester assessment. So then the next thing I wanted to show you was this on the pacing guide. I put this Quizlet link. I want to show you that real quick. So as you can remember, let me close this real quick so I can go to so for the semester assessment, it's all Units 1 through 4 in your vocab book. So if you go to the link in the pacing guide, you'll get to this site called Quizlet. From here you can see, you look up any lesson and it will give you different activities and games that you can play. So I'm going to try one with Vocab from Classic Roots A, Lesson 1. And you can go to any of the lessons from Lessons 1 through 4, or Units 1 through 4 in our book, because we've completed those. And you can either do flashcards, you can do a practice learning them game, you can give yourself a test on them first. You can go to Scatter, which is a game where you, that looks like this, and you have to try to match them up. So let's see, I'm trying to find one. Monopoly, a dwelling with 2 living units. That would be, a monologue would be a long speech, and a political, so you go through and you just design, compose, a monogram is 2. There we go. A monopoly, exclusive control, that would be this. 2 political parties, bipartisan. So you match them up and you make them disappear. And as you're doing it, it gives you a great practice with the words. All right. So check that out if you get a chance, and if you want the extra practice. Then also this week you have that Unit 7 in Grammar, Usage, and Mechanics test. So I wanted to show you the study guide that I sent out. So the study guide goes right along with the BK English book. I'm not using a pointer, but I'm looking up, this is for Unit 7, and it goes with the BK English book, textbook, pages 202 to 229, and the objectives of this unit are listed, and then I put a list of the things that it's expecting that you know before you start, and then I define them. So it says, to be successful in this unit, it's expecting that you know what a sentence must have to be a sentence, so it must have a subject and a predicate. Then I also provided some extra support. So if you're not sure, if you're not comfortable with subject and predicates, I gave you a YouTube video that you can go check out. it's expecting that you know what a noun is, what a subject is, what a predicate is, what a verb is, and what a conjunction is. And if you're not sure about the conjunctions, I gave you the acronym Fanboys, and you could print this out and put it in your, or draw it in your binder, because these 7 are the only 7 conjunctions. We're going to later learn about subordinating conjunctions, but these are the main conjunctions that you're going to be using to identify compound subjects. So next I gave a preview video that you can watch to check out, and then went over what a simple sentence is and some tips. So notice the tips. And then I made a little step-by-step sequence to follow to check out if it's a complete sentence or not. So you just follow the steps on each sentence you're trying to analyze, and then I referred to the textbook pages for extra practice and gave other tips, like don't skip the above step of making sure you are comfortable with the 3 types of simple sentences, because you're now going to be adding in compound and complex sentences next. And then I go into compound sentences and some tips and what they are and why are you even studying them. Their goal is to add detail, join your ideas together, and give your sentence lengths variety. And then some more tips, and then I gave you a video on how to identify run-on sentences, and then also some tips on how to identify them verbal out loud. So then finally I ended with the keywords and pronunciations from this unit that you need to know to be successful on this grammar sentence structure grammar unit. And then I ended with some extra practice. So these are in the form of games. So if you thought when you were trying to identify fragments you felt a little uncomfortable, or complete sentences and run-ons, or complete run-on and fragment run-ons, you can just click on one of the links and it'll open up a game that you can play. Okay, I'm saying game, but it'll open up practice you can play. So in this one you're looking at, is it a complete sentence, a fragment, or a run-on? Which is a complete sentence? So then you just read them. Replace the broken fuse in the fuse box. The sun was setting in the west. The clouds had, so we're going to say this one. And it helps you to practice on those skills. So check out the pacing guide, because it has the link to the Quizlet for classical roots. Check out the study guide. It has lots of support videos, tips, strategies, and step-by-step directions on sentence identification. And then make sure when you're working in your course that you use the embedded, which just means inside the lessons, reviews before you take your vocabulary assessment and your grammar assessment. All right, I hope this helps, and good luck. I'll see you guys in class on Thursday.